you know, just writing your own shit. Like the amount of, I'm sure you, all three of you, well, maybe not Kyle, I don't know. Kyle, you dropping bars soon? I don't know.
Bro, that's not right now. We'll see.
Golly doesn't rap.
Nah.
Well,
Oh,
he doesn't rap.
Confirmed
he doesn't
official
rap.
here.
Listening. I know he. I bet he raps in the shower. I know.
But I'm sure no one knows. I can talk to this about how many songs have you written that you've never released because you never liked what it sounded like the next day.
Oh, you know what? It's
uncountable.
Yeah, it's fucked. You know what? It's not really like I didn't like how it sounded the next day. It was like I don't think I've ever dropped the track that was since like I started taking shit seriously. Like every track I dropped has been like 6 to 8 months old or older when I dropped it. You know, like so some songs, man, they just get dated, and like it's tough because we're always trying to have a methodical approach to shit, and I'm constantly making new music and changing up styles. So there'll be times when I'm dropping something and I just don't like it anymore. But I think that's like totally normal because people, like listeners, haven't heard what I've heard. So when they hear it, it's fresh and new. But I am trying to work on getting stuff out more quickly so that it's, you know, more ahead of the game and newer. And I will be doing that the second half of this year. We're gearing up to drop like a shitload of content real quick, like bang, 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 bang. It's gonna be good fun. So little teaser.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. I would say like with those unreleased tracks too, it's still sick because you can go back on them and like you can still practice the bars. It's still practice at the end of the day. So like I just think it's good.
Yeah. Off like for example, like the Sober album, I probably had like 30 tracks and then cut it down to 15. I don't know what it was, but I cut like
Syntax was like 50
oh
tracks.
Man, yeah. Are you familiar with the whole Syntax Junkies album? Yeah, that was like 35, 40 tracks before we cut it down to a mere 22. And then yeah, that shit was a mission, man. That was probably where I learnt the majority of the stuff that I used was mixing a 22 track album with 4 MCs on it, because that was basically fucking hell.
I can imagine. Yeah.
You know,
shout out to Spectrum Mess, Jolly Rotten.
Yeah, shout out to Syntax boys. That was a wild time. But yeah.
No, I know what you mean in terms of writing songs and you don't put them out because they get dated over time. I mean, I probably, in my notebook somewhere, probably have 20, 30, 40 songs that are from like between like 2017, 2016 even to now that are finished, just never got round to recording it and putting it out. Some are even recorded, just the file's sitting there. And even if you was to release it, I'm sure plenty of people would fuck with it, plenty of people would love it, but you know that you've got better things, so you don't end up putting it out in the end.
Yeah, and there's also sometimes like you might think a song's dope, but if you drop it and it pops, it might be popping for the wrong reason, or I don't know. There's a lot of things like I don't know. It's kind of like I do it for people to listen to, but I guess I also do it for myself to some extent. So I only want to be dropping what I
I think you have to make music that you like. I mean, you have to like your own music. For all the people who say, nah, I don't really listen to my own music, I say bullshit. I say if you really fuck with your own music, you should be listening to your own music. I mean, for me, a little bit is ruined for me when I actually release a song. For example, my favorite music from me is the stuff that's written, not even recorded yet, not released yet. When it releases, I still like it, but now that it's shared to the world, I don't know, it don't feel as good to me. I enjoy it most when I was practicing the bars, when I was still tweaking it, when I was still writing it. That's my favorite part of the creative process, as opposed to when it's out. I'm terrible at the whole promotion thing, going on social media and go check this out and that link. I'll promote my most recent track. I probably promoted the whole of about 3 times on social media. I'm terrible with things like that. My favorite part is the whole writing aspect of it.
I feel that.
But yeah, you're right, because the last couple of weeks, most of the time I'm in the car, I've just been bumping like my new demos and just like getting G'd up because I'm digging them. But bumping that shit and like rapping along and getting excited. I feel like a lot of this, like a lot of stuff that I drop, by the time I drop it, I'm kind of sick of it. But all the stuff I'm keen to drop in the second half of this year, I'm much more happy about. So I think that will manifest bigger and better things. And as a sneak peek for anyone watching this, I will be dropping a Bars of Steel very soon.
Okay.
Yeah, that's been under wraps for a bit, but I'll tell you it's 180 plus bars. So if you want bars, there will be bars.